Are we live yet?
We're live. We're back.
Hello, people. We're the Codger contingent for our hour of commentary.
The over 65s. I'm proud of it.
Indeed,
Except
we
not
are.
me. I'm not yet.
No, of course you
You're
are.
over half of
Yeah,
that.
not
Don't
yet.
be so smug, you know.
I will be one day, yeah.
Yeah,
If I'm lucky, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but when I told my wife our appellation, she did point that out as well. Yes.
Oh, how exciting! Wait. Badana against Richard Bates. We have to watch that one.
Badana and Richard Bates. Okay.
Right, okay.
Now,
White's a piece up, is that correct?
White is a piece up. That's how I'm counting it. Yes, that is.
That doesn't seem so interesting then, if you'll forgive me.
right.
Well, it's still an 8-year-old beating an international master.
Okay. That's
not so bad.
okay.
I can't see the whole screen now. I've got some crap about. I've got the chat. That's why. Okay, great. So she's a piece up, is she? Wait a minute. She's the exchanger. Yeah, she's a piece up. She's a deadly little thing at Blitz. I mean, I played quite a lot of Blitz.
Still some technical difficulties, though.
Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't particularly bright. Just Rook C1.
Rook C1. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Putting everything in, going to win on the king side now. Is that the plan?
That wasn't particularly intelligent because it encourages knight e5, and there's now knight f7 and rook h6 mate, which is unlucky for him.
Oh, I hasn't seen the knight f7. Oh, no, neither has he. But this is perfectly good mate as well. Well done, her.
Well done, Badana. Fantastic. Okay. So
how is she doing? Do we have some scores? So
I think she's only just started. That's the first time I've seen her on it. So here we go. Here's a whole load of games.
Right, you can
pick one unless you guys want to pick a game. Here we go. How about Story Sniper against Yanmar? Have a look at. So Story Sniper is Charlie's story.
Oh, this is quite exciting.
Or is Jan Morawski.
So how many games have the guys who've been playing? Has anybody been playing the whole time? Presumably they had to have some sleep, or has Keith not?
So we'll keep on this game, but I'm going to click on the standings tab, and you just see here. So Dave Hayden's in the lead with 640. So he's played 203 games and scored 182.5. And Keith, who has been playing all the time, 201 games he's played, 165.5. And third place is Charlie's story.
Right.
And fourth place, Jude Shearsby.
This is a fun position.
This is fun.
I had the option of Bishop A2, but this seemed.
And in a blitz game, probably not Bishop F7, but nah. But yeah, this looks okay for black, doesn't it? Unless white can do something deeply unpleasant quickly.
Yes, I mean white's still there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So what's white going to do with his king?
Well, this is a problem now. Do we actually have to swap queens now to stop queen c5 check? That's what would be unpleasant. No, we don't. We just go right in, letting the b3.
You could have played knight c1 as well. And is he going to play knight c3? Probably not. This is not great, is it? Let's presume the retreat.
That bishop's going to be annoying there, isn't it?
Oh, it is annoying. It's 2 pawns worth of annoying.
Well, not just that. It's also the d3 pawn would be quite a little. Oh, f6. Okay, we're in hack mode now. Complete hack.
Like clearly needed to do something. So getting the knight.
So he's going to go bishop takes knight f5, and presumably black's going to castle queen side and play rook d8. Pawn takes is incredibly odd to me, but I mean, all right, it's all right, I suppose.
The bishop e3.
Queen a6, c5. Okay.
No, that's put all the pawns the other color square for your bishop.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, in a blitz game, being that this much up ought to matter, but after they've been playing for God knows how long. When did they start?
Started at 5 o'clock yesterday. So this is our number. I think like 19 or something like that.
So our 97?
19. Yeah.
Yeah, knight g7 7, and try to queen in h pawn.
Probably king d7 in response.
Yeah, you shouldn't take, should you? Because then you're
So maybe bishop g7 and queen the pawn might be better. So you
Yeah.
probably have to
I mean,
take
this
that.
is not that
Okay,
clear
not
a
taking it.
position, actually.
Mm.
I mean, it's complete. Oh, especially not now.
So that knight's coming to d5. It's rather worrying.
King takes, queen takes. And
Yeah.
yeah, white is definitely rallying at this point.
Well, black had complete control a while ago, but as so often, complete control doesn't always last.
No. Well, it wouldn't be very interesting in a way if it did, would it? I mean, it would be a bit sad if you could keep complete control just by presumably h6.
I'd go rook f1 first, I think. But all right, yeah.
Okay.
Now you just want to go g4, g5, g6, I suppose.
And rook f1. I mean, I'm going to or
You might want to defend that while we're at it.
So bishop to there is sort of starting to think about giving mate with bishop d3 and queen b5.
Oh, what a nice move. I'd have gone rook d1 because I think rooks are better than bishops. But
Do you, Jonathan? Well, that's because you're old and grizzled, mate. Queen c6, I assume. And
yeah. Oh, goodness. There's queen takes knight not working. No, oh dear. So this seems.
well, what, is it not working? No, because queen
Rook
takes
f1 knight
h8, king up, rook h8, queen b8, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Should we
So
have
pawn
to-
takes knight, rook takes rook check, king say c2,
King d7, and it's a
queen
draw.
f7 check, and it's a draw, as you say.
Well, actually, it might be a win for white.
So pawn takes knight is the move.
That is a very, very stupid move, queen g5.
Yeah, let's not be
Maybe
too
the-
harsh. You know.
Well, he has got knight f8 as well, so it really is
Yeah.
a bit stupid, if I may say so. Well, I may. I'm a
Yeah.
commentator. I'm allowed to be rude.
Well, I mean, these people only have a few seconds, you know.
Yeah, but I understand that. But even so, their moves are suboptimal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there was a beef flurry, but now, of course, black is black in complete control. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Absolutely not.
Not even a knight to f6.
Not
Right,
even allowing the
three.
knight. Not even allowing the knight to d5. Surely not.
Yes. Well, this is not mate. A knight b5.
Ah,
That's
b5.
interesting.
Why didn't he go to d5?
I don't know.
You don't know. Ask Vanessa Redgrave, yeah?
All right. Well, you know. Although
Yeah,
you're a
but-
rook up, it's not yet over. It's oh,
Let's say
97,
after-
97, 97.
97. Uh-oh.
Will he see it?
The game seems to have stopped. God,
No.
what's happening? Oh well.
I mean, I understand we are old and have standards beyond the reasonable, but not,
Never mind. This is the position we have, and it's still not too clear.
It isn't, is it?
But Queen
There's not-
b6.
Do you think there's a helpmate in two here, Jonathan?
I don't think the readership, the audience, is interested in helpmates. I may be wrong.
Oh, that's half of it.
So Rook a1 gives you a perpetual check if they take it. Rook a1 might be the best move, even.
Yeah, probably b2 is maybe the answer after that.
Okay. But maybe White's playing for a win. Who knows?
Now, I should say thank you to whoever made the donation. I'm doing my manual donation updates and I'm out of date. So thank you very much. It's for a great cause and really appreciate it.
But it is a great idea, isn't it? It's just, I mean, if you do play Blitz for many hours, then the actual chess sometimes suffers a little bit.
So the knight next to a king is well known to defend really well against a queen.
Yeah.
Better than it ought to.
Yeah.
And then rook b7, probably.
Yeah, I mean, White's okay now, isn't he?
I think so.
I mean, even if he isn't, he is in practice. I mean, knight e6 might be good.
Well, Queen d4 takes c4. How's that?
That's a good idea, Jonathan. Yes, that's a good idea.
Thank you, Mr. BDZZ.
Good heavens, we've actually got two moves in a row we've seen.
What's happening?
He could have played knight d5, queen takes queen, knight takes with perpetual check.
Okay, this just seems to have now finished. Mobs.
He had perpetual check, the fool. He could have gone knight to g8.
We've got 1 second left. Oh,
Well, he didn't. Yeah, I think
Timeout.
What
White's
one?
timeout. White
Okay.
timeout.
That wasn't a great game in terms of accuracy, but it was fantastic for spectators.
Yes.
And remember,
Well,
not
No,
only
well,
did
I
they
think
have
it's only
no time-
13, the player of the black pieces here.
not only
Right.
did they have no time, but they've been playing all night as well.
Yeah,
yeah. What are they playing? 5-0, 3-0, 3-2?
it's 5-0. No,
Oh, really? So there's no
Yeah.
increment at all.
no
All
increment.
right.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I think that's cruel and unnatural time
Which is
limiting.
it's tough if you've been playing 24 hours.
No, I mean, I suppose it means you get more games done, but I mean, honestly, poor Pussums is all I can say.
Well, there were some good moves played amongst some very bad ones as well. It's a fantastic game. Anyway, I'm just
I'm gonna
talking
keep going back to
about
Badana.
a different game to talk about.
This is Badana against Weak Old Finished. I don't know who that is.
Well, black is good here, I would say. Nice sort of King's Indian setup.
Yeah.
D3 coming probably, followed by Rook B4.
Yeah, it's pretty unpleasant for White, isn't it?
Of course, White finds it hard to guard C4 in any meaningful way. So now D3 and Rook B4, and it really feels over. Of course, that's when you start leaving pieces on pre.
Knight F3.
Knight F3, yes. I think maybe it really is over now, but maybe they keep playing. All right.
All right, let's find
I
out.
do not like any game which encourages people to play on in positions like this.
Nor
With
do I.
acceptors, I mean,
Here we are. I've got a different one. So this I know is Keith Arkle against Kenneth Hobson. So Kenneth was on the stream last night at 11 until midnight. Him and the Badajoni boys. So they're I don't know exactly how old Ken is, but sort of.
right, what happens to
15
B4 now?
type.
What's black's answer to B4? I can't see it. Well, you can always go knight A6, I suppose, but
It's not good, is it?
96.
Pretty heavy.
all
Done
right.
it.
And he'll go.
When you play openings like this, and blacks have exchanged down. I hadn't noticed that. So,
No, I hadn't noticed here. I was just thinking Black's position was terrible.
yeah,
I
well,
hadn't-
it's not
I
so bad.
hadn't-
Take on D5 now. I mean, you get a pawn back at least.
Well, you can play Bishop F6 if you want to, Jonathan, can't you, and recapture, but it's all a bit.
Well, okay, and then I have to give you a bishop back, yeah. But
Well, I don't know if you know. You can go Bishop take, Bishop
And
takes,
Bishop
Bishop takes,
D5.
Knight takes, Bishop away. I suppose Knight E7 and Queen D7 maybe.
I wasn't
the
following
position-
that. I was just taking the pawn back with Bishop D5 and claiming I'm only in exchange for a pawn down. But
Right. No, but I can go Bishop F6
no,
first.
C5. Oh, all right. Someone who believes their position positionally.
Keith will definitely take on. No, he didn't take on Passau. Okay. Oh, he believes in space, doesn't he? The final frontier.
Now that exploits a hole in the black's position nicely.
It's also quite cunning, isn't it? If pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes, king takes, rook B7 is possible. But knight B4.
So Bishop D6, Rook C8 will happen. You can go E5, but that undermines your D5 square.
I mean, this position is not that clear, is it?
No,
I mean, he's managed to make it more. He should have taken on Passau. I don't know why he didn't. I mean, there was no need not to. He's taken on Passau and taken B6 like a really greedy.
well, at
we-
some point, I'm probably going to remind you that they've been playing all night and they've only got.
Yeah. But no, but it's precisely because you've been playing all night. You should play the simplest moves possible.
That's true. And of course, Keith usually does play something safe and good.
Yeah, no, that's why. I mean, it's the more you've played, the less you want to think, don't you?
Okay, so you could go Bishop D6, Rook C8, Bishop takes C5. That's asking for a black squared tactic, but I can't quite see it. Okay, he hasn't done that.
There was rook C3 and knight D5, but it's not. Yeah, it's not too bad. You can play rook C3, but there's rook B7 possibly.
Okay, so now he's
Yeah, you know what I'm
managed to
saying.
go Bishop D6 and take on C5. So if you take on D5, he probably takes back.
Yeah, is he gonna? He's not going to go bishop D6, is he? He's
Well, not until there's been some simplification.
no. He'll just play pawn takes.
Yeah, but
I mean,
then
he should
if
play-
you take on D5, I think he'll take again and then play Bishop D6.
very possibly, or try to do something where he ends up with some queen c3 check or something. Well, he can't at the moment, but I mean, it's clearly winning for white. It's just it's a position. Can you set up a position where you can fight? As a lot of blitzes, it's just about finding ways to play sensible-ish positions, and this is not particularly sensible at the moment. But
I can't see a way of making this work for black. But
I mean, maybe you should go 98, but it's so miserable. You might at least manage to get in d6 then. No, I mean it's the d6 square.
hey, how about queen d8, rook c5, d6? How about that?
That is magnificent, Jonathan. Bishop f6 presumably was.
Yes, but I get some black squares.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, and take. I mean, you're only a pawn up then, actually. No, very good.
Well, exchange and a pawn, but yeah.
Well, come on, knight takes knight. For God's sake, get on with it. Play knight takes knight, knight takes knight.
Well, no, this is a position where you think, because it's tactics now.
I suppose so.
I mean, while you're playing the obvious knight takes knight, you sometimes find, bishop takes knight, one apiece. But,
yeah, no, that's true. In blitz, I usually find that after I've moved.
yes.
I tend to go very quickly. Yeah.
So
now the problem is if you play c4, then it's not. Well, you can play c4 and queen d6. I think is sensible. Rook to there's also.
well, what's that d6? What's his idea?
Rook takes knight.
Oh, sorry, I've been up all night playing blitz. Queen c6.
Are you tempted to play some in this tournament, you two?
It's not really my style, I'm afraid.
I don't really play online anymore.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't played in Lichess for more than a year.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch quite a lot, actually. I watch at night before I go to sleep sometimes and think. Sometimes, occasionally, you see people who can play blitz, and that's wonderful. Most of the time, it's people who can't. And then they play until mate, which really annoys me, as Jonathan was saying.
I never seen blitz as a sort of good way of getting to sleep, though.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't. I'm just trying to see if my brain is sort of 30% working.
No, I mean, obviously, white is winning a whole exchange up, but still, that bishop on c6 is going to be quite.
I must say, I don't know. I would very, very quickly have done something about my back rank.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have left a piece on prise either, would you?
I might have left that piece on prise, actually, but
that doesn't even threaten mate.
no, it's just bad luck, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, this one's probably pretty much
I think
over.
that is now.
Let's just make sure.
No,
he'll go rook
c1. It's still. Oh no,
he'll
there's
go rook a1. It is Keith.
Yeah.
Keith can play chess. I mean, he's.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to put you onto a different game now, which is Amit Ghazi against Grandmaster Mikhail Volybov.
Okay, so two bishops for rook. Okay.
Oh, thank you for the donation, Simon Brown. Thank you very much.
Amit is very, very quick. I must say,
right,
he blew me away at the King's Head tournament with his.
He's really quick. Yeah. And he's way up on the clock in this one.
Is he?
Yeah.
2:46 against what? 11 seconds, is that at black?
Yes.
And
Okay.
with
You
that,
just have to find a way of stabilizing your bishops. Maybe bishop b2, rook c5.
is he going to take? I suppose he's going to take.
I'll take, okay.
Or maybe
Now you begin.
Bishop f3, maybe.
Well, then rook d2, then bishop somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean it's not that easy, but if black, who has no time?
Black has no time.
Well, if black has no time, he's not going to win in 11 seconds, is he? Not without increment.
Well, I'm not convinced black's better.
No.
Bishop f3, rook d2, some bishop somewhere. Okay, bishop b3. I didn't see that. Rook b3 rather. So presumably bishop d4 takes a7.
Yeah, and I mean black has many much.
Rook c1. Oh, right. What's going on?
Basically,
Right. It's blitz mode now. Again, those bishops really are like one on time. Okay.
Yeah, white one on time.
Yeah. I mean, if there's no time, then you got no chance.
I mean, why isn't there, say, a 1 second or 2 second increment, Natasha?
Want to get more games,
That's
I
not
suppose.
what this tournament's about.
What is it about? So you can find legal moves fastest, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm taking you to Will Claridge Hansen against Not the Bishop Sacrifice. I don't actually know who Not the Bishop Sacrifice is, but I do know Will. And he's, I actually don't know how old he's, junior or young anyway player.
We just
The Hellenophobe.
we missed we had an interesting ending a moment ago, but unfortunately a piece was left on Prees.
Oh,
Well,
yes. Okay.
so
And was
now
there
we
any
just
chance of stalemate at all? Not really.
well, you know, it's always possible.
I don't really see how, because you have to get rid of
No,
people.
if you could see how, Black would be aware of the danger. It just could happen somehow. I don't quite see it, though, I agree. So you have to prepare G5 somehow or other. All right, I think perhaps we can give up at this point. Check.
All right, I'm going to take you somewhere else. Let's do Tom Rendell. Tom Rendell against Karina.
He's a very good blitz player, I must say.
Well, this not only you're not actually a pawn up, but you do have quite a good position as well. Oh, check, take.
Probably just take bishop b3, yeah, just which.
Well, claim that you've got all right tactics coming here. King takes bishop. Where are these tactics? Why have you given up your black squares?
I've got no idea, Jonathan. But because you've been playing chess all night, I think. Oh,
I seem to remember lambasting you with that little aphorism as well. Okay, well, White's playing blitz and.
Well, no, he's playing Queen F3 as well. He is actually playing quite
sensible moves. Okay, I didn't see Queen F3. I assumed it was playing down the E file.
And I think he is actually playing fairly. But I mean, I guess this is good for White. But I mean, you play Rook B8. But I mean, then you just try to run with your king to G7, don't you, without the end of the world occurring. Queen F3 must be the best move, doesn't it? No. Yeah, I mean, Tom could do that instantly as well as.
All right, so Rook B8, Bishop C6, maybe Queen F5.
I think Queen F5. Yeah. I think you have to get. I was wondering Rook B8. Well, you can't kick the bishop at the moment. I was thinking you wanted to try to kick the bishop before the king gets to G7. If you can put it in a bad square, I suppose even on G7.
Well, how do you think about Rook E1? Yes, aiming to give up on E5 and play Queen F6, if we can, perhaps.
That would definitely be scary in a blitz game, even if
it does look like you've got Queen E6 later to stabilize.
Or Queen E7, Jonathan. I don't think it works. You can go Rook H7 or King G8. I don't.
That's why I asked you the question instead of confidently saying, "Hey, we can do this."
Yeah, maybe Rook D1 now is slightly annoying because it.
Yep, Rook D1 is certainly best, isn't it?
Probably.
Because White, you don't care too much about the B pawn, but that's like an odd move.
That's a very odd move. I mean, now C5 makes sense to me.
Indeed, by Black.
Yes.
Also by White, but it's Black's move. Yes.
It's Black's move. I want to play C5 because I want to cement the bishop on. I don't understand the move bishop. I mean, C5 I thought was a possible move as White. Well, I think that now Black is probably better, but on the other hand, yeah, that's a sensible thing to do. You don't mess around.
Queen C6, keep going. I mean,
King G7.
I agree. Black's certainly not worse and hence better in some sense. But
King G7 and then start playing Bishop D4 and starting to checkmate the guy. I mean, I don't think you should bother about the C pawn or the A pawn. I mean, they're not too germane. I mean, I suppose you.
Yeah, just maybe Rook E3 now by White.
Well, okay. Yeah, but I mean, you do play King G7, surely. Rook E3, one of the rooks to E8.
Well, I mean, it's a way of guarding the F2 square actively, obviously.
Yeah,
nice.
It's quite a good idea, yes. You are right, that is. Yeah, come on. That's the right move. That's not a good move. Is Tom White or Black then?
Tom's White in this game.
Sorry, I can't read this.
Yeah.
That's prim. Rook B to E8 then, or Rook H to E8, one of them. Why would you do that? Oh, you put the queen in a bad square. Okay. Why are you trying? Oh, I suppose you're trying to make. Oh, what are you doing? What?
Maybe we should take part since we're much better.
Yeah. We'll comment. I'll get Tom to comment on yours.
But I mean, he's just spent 3 tempi putting the white queen.
I
in a
know,
much
but
better square.
you know, you've got 29 seconds for all your remaining moves.
Yeah.
You've got to do something.
The player of black's playing there's about an 800 rating point difference in the game between the two sides.
No, rook e8.
So black's doing very, very well, I think. Yeah.
He is actually, yes. No, he is fighting well.
But you've got no time to think at all, as I now understand.
If bishop b3, there's the glorious move rook e8 now.
Aha, tricky, John. Going for the back rank trick.
Going for the back rank trick. Alexei Sayle would know what
See it.
H3, yes.
So the black player's named Karina with a Ukrainian flag. So I think probably one of our Ukrainian players.
And how long? What are the clock times?
She's got 3 seconds.
1 second now.
It's just unforgiving. There's absolutely no way of doing it.
Yeah, but well fought.
Indeed. But shall I complain again about the format?
No.
I'm sorry. Given these electronic clocks, you just cannot play in 0 time.
Yeah.
I
must admit, it's probably hard for the Ukrainian players as well because I think they're subject
there's
to
some lag.
Power cuts as well at the moment.
Yeah. Well, just a little bit of lag is going to really mess you up, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a tenth of a second a move, that's still well, no, that's not important. I must say, I mean, I think real men don't play with increments, but I'm not sure at blitz. I think at blitz you do need increments actually.
Right.
I don't know the players.
Only 1 pawn up, but with 2 pawns or shortly 3, it just isn't.
So these players are both sort of 2100-ish strength, and we've got a player from England against a player from Ukraine.
Right.
Black is the player from Ukraine coming down with these 2 pawns.
And winning very soon. Yeah.
And
the white resign.
Good. The first one hasn't been decided by Natasha's stupid time control.
It's not mine. Listen. I'm just arranging the commentary.
Right.
So who chose the time control? Who's the criminal?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to
okay.
I'm giving you Badana again against Charlie's story.
So white has 2 bishops, but lousy pawns. This is a kind of Nimzo-like. Obviously, it wasn't a Nimzo position. And black, I would think, is better, but could perhaps have done something.
Should have played bishop f4 to stop the horse.
Yes, indeed. I mean, no.
Not sure the knight rook's going. This is difficult, actually. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, will she realise that she's in danger? She should do. When she's.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure anymore what is happening. Bishop e3, b6, 8. Oh goodness! All right.
That was her, was it? Well done, her.
Yeah.
When you have bishops, you want to obviously open the position and.
Yeah. That's a good move.
It is stopping, hindering the development.
That's a very good move. Best move. She's probably maybe. Yeah, because you end up having to play moves you don't want to.
And
bishop f3 is happening.
Bishop f3 is coming, and the pressure mounts. And if h6, you end up losing.
I think bishop f3. Bishop
exactly.
F3.
You end up. Has to get some activity, but now.
Okay. She's taken.
Now knight a5.
Well, that's what knight c7 is on.
Knight c7 wins. So you have to play rook c8. Have to play rook c8, and then probably.
Oh dear! I think that's a blunder.
That's complete blunder. Now should resign, but won't presumably. Too cross to resign, probably.
Well, it's a whole piece, isn't it? Because bishop b7, you lose. Oh, and I suppose that knight is a bit.
The knight can't get out immediately, can it?
Yeah, I'd rather imagine that Badana will manage to get her horse out. I suppose there's knight c3. Okay, so you defend some stuff. Yeah, what do you do? I mean,
Then bishop f4 in a moment, presumably. Maybe a4, yeah. Okay, now you get your knight out. Apparently not. Why that way?
I don't know.
Playing quick.
Of course, although that knight's trapped, it's not so easy to take it.
Now bishop
E4.
G4 is a good move.
I was going to play a4, but I imagine you're right. Yeah.
Well, bishop G4 to get the horse out, and then now bishop G4 again. But now it's less good because
I don't like a5. I think that's the wrong plan. Unless you can take and go rook b1 now, or rook b1 first. All right. That seems to win for white, I think.
It does, doesn't it? I mean, he's managed to fight a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah. 94. All right. Okay.
I guess
It's always easier when you don't blunder your pieces away, though. I've learnt that over the years.
well, taking c3, you have to probably bishop c4. Yeah, good square. And the horse finally triumphantly emerges.
Here it comes.
To triumph.
Well, still could go 94 to d6. It's not out yet, but yes.
Yes, actually, he's fighting really well, isn't he? So that's good. Is that good?
Oh dear, that wins the knight, doesn't it? With a fork, wherever you go. Good move, bishop e6.
Hold on her, and that should be that, shouldn't it? What are the clock times? She must have plenty of time.
Yes.
Badana has 3 minutes and Charlie 2.
And I think this is one you could resign. Opponent has 2 minutes left. Yes.
Hey, well done, Badana.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to give you Junior Tay against Amit Ghazi White against Junior Tay as black.
And this is now white is exchange down, is he?
Oh yes, right? I thought it was a piece up, but you're right. I didn't count rooks, hadn't got that.
Yeah.
So a whole exchange, and this is a tactic which presumably wins. So I can't see it immediately.
He's just going to recapture an e3, isn't he, and just start splatting his way through.
Well, okay.
If pawn takes, bishop takes, rook takes f3 is very, very clever. Yeah, rook f3 now wins. Come on. Oh no, it doesn't, because the knight's in b1. Oh shit! Excuse me. Sorry to swear. Honestly, so the whole point was to play rook f3 and knight b1.
Rook f3 and rook f8, bishop f4, and
black certainly thought he was winning. I mean, knight.
So did you?
Yes, no, I know. I did. Yeah,
it probably is. Rook f8, bishop f4, maybe queen d4. Then, well, it's still not 100% clear. On knight d2, knight takes d2, queen takes queen, knight takes queen. Well, yes, we're piece up. Well,
it's still a bishop on b6. I didn't.
So we started this position where black was a complete winning, and we've now got
threats, hasn't it? Threatening the rook and check on g1, and the bishop f4.
Queen e4. Oh, queen f2, mate. Yes, I should avoid making moves like that.
You should probably go bishop c4, shouldn't you? Check first, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then try to go rook e1.
Well, then rook f4. Oh, I see. I take your point. Yes.
Yeah, because there's a back rank schmozzle.
So, bishop c4 has been played.
Now rook e1, and there is queen g1, but I don't see it helps very.
Well, Tom's suggesting knight b3 and lose only a piece.
Queen f4 would win 2 pieces, but
or queen c4 first.
Yeah, queen c4 is even better.
Yeah, that wins.
No, rook e1, queen g1, king e2, rook e8,
knight e4.
Knight e4 is okay, isn't it?
Well, you play bishop d3, you curl up a little bull.
So, well, maybe and if h6, then rook e4. We've got queen d2 to win 1 piece back whenever we want. Got queen f4 to win 1 piece back, but obviously we don't want to swap queens. So is this just a check and hope for the best, or is it?
Maybe queen d4 again.
Maybe rook e8, knight e4, then queen d4.
But then bishop d3 actually organises
Oh,
everybody.
that just defends everything, does it?
Yeah,
Yes.
that actually organises everybody in a
The
reasonable.
queen d4 is better, but
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a mistake because I think now white is winning.
now white is slowly gaining complete
Unfurling.
control once more.
And what are the clock times?
Black has about 1.5.
1:30 each, pretty much.
So the game is going to be played. I mean, you carry on as black in this position, obviously.
H6, queen a4, I don't know, just something.
I mean, you carry on pretending you have a position, but you don't actually. I mean, because you can just play bishop e3 or something. I mean, once you play bishop d3, everybody's defended in a very ergonomic manner.
So I was just saying, we joined it where black had a completely safe position, a piece up or something, was it the exchange, decided to go knight e3, which probably did win.
But he'd missed the knight and b1 was protecting d2. I mean, I missed it as well. I mean, I'm not saying is bishop e5 a good idea now? I suppose it is.
It's the kind of move which Jonathan sees so quickly, and presumably queen b4 in response.
Yeah. No, I think it would be a little bit stupid to do it. I think.
I think it probably wins.
It probably does win as queen d8 as well, but it's just a bit unnecessary. In fact, very unnecessary. I think maybe rook c1 actually. I'm trying to.
Well, if we're going to do that, what about bishop e3? Oh, there's queen b2 check.
There's queen b2 check was the point. Yeah, that was what I was thinking about it. I don't know. I was trying to think about playing rook h1 as well and just splitting my way through. Rook d1 he did he?
Yes.
Perfectly. I think rook h1.
The time's going to get you because it's a complicated position. 40 seconds now for a meet and 49 for junior take.
Yeah, just take the bloody thing. Come on, that is 3,000 pieces, isn't it?
Yep. Guard your back ranks somehow. How? Yes. King g8, no.
I remember losing once to you with a queen against rook and 2 bishops, didn't I, Jonathan?
I don't remember.
I just remember
because we're the same age. We played from when we were 11 upwards. I
know. I see.
Now just play a move quickly, black. You really just don't care.
Get on with it.
Yes.
Yeah, because you just assume that it's not going to be that trivial. He is quick. I mean, once he's got going.
Yeah.
Bishop c4.
He's really, really quick.
Bishop c4 is possible, by the way, if you want to, but I don't think it's particularly useful.
But just keep attacking pieces if you can, and don't allow mates on. But
oh, that's mate. Rook e8. Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd seen that.
Well, there you go.
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it?
Sometimes the defense triumphs.
Yeah. Well done to Amit. I'm going to take you to Tom Rendell.
And sometimes it's best not to devote your pieces as well in that one.
So
here we go. So it's
obviously in English, which
is, and the score is +1 pawn to white, I think.
Yep.
But I mean, it's not much of a pawn.
Well, it
may or may not
sort of is. I mean.
Okay, white is a Norwegian player, Upo 6110.
Yeah, queen f4 is a good move, I think.
I mean, he's not even winning a pawn, in fact. But I mean,
well, you mean after knight g5, you're going to have bishop c8, yes.
Yeah.
And
oh, are you really
right? That seems unnecessary.
That seems deeply unnecessary to me. Yeah, I mean, I would most definitely like that pawn. Because basically you have most of the queen now on the queen side as white.
The problem is white, even if whatever goes wrong, white will have counter-attack. Oh dear, it's really tactical.
Knight e6 Knight takes the f8 rook, I think. Because then you can take an h. Oh, he's taken that one. I thought
it was after the a7 pawn, I think. Oh no, he's probably just going to.
But there's going to be a bishop takes rook. I'm not sure if bishop takes rook was right. Maybe bishop c4 was better. I mean, that wasn't.
But now he's got this long-term advantage as a weak a7 pawn, and while it's not easy to attack, it really ties black down. Having said which, black has a very solid position with the knight on e5.
Yeah,
I played a simul earlier this week in which I was completely busted, but with this pawn structure on the right, on the left, I managed to hold it.
Well, I mean, at some point, yeah. I mean, you can't make a passed pawn, can you? Obviously, if you could make a passed pawn as white, you'd win completely.
No, but you can just play passively with your rook sometimes, and if ever you get the rook to the 8th, suddenly you've got winning chances.
So yeah, well, of course you have.
Yeah.
Don't know what he's doing. I don't see actually the white's plan at the moment, but I think.
Nice.
I think you play rook. Maybe you try to play. Yeah, certainly take that file. You don't want white bursting in, do you? Because I mean, it's a long way to get the king to sort of b4, isn't it, or d4, and black will have taken a lot of white's pieces by then.
We sort of feel the tactics will be better if you take your rook off e4. Yes.
Yeah, I think I want to play h6 now because I don't want it to be loose at some moment. I just think bishop b4 might be a nuisance.
Well, white should probably play f3 given the chance because there's
no. I wasn't sure. I thought so.
I couldn't see a way for the knight to get to e3 and.
H5, I'm not sure I approve of, but he's gone. Okay, now maybe he will go f3 and rook d5 and try to play c5, because you want to undermine. But rook d5, you can. Oh well, he doesn't know what he's doing, does he?
I think he may be just blank accepting a draw if given a chance.
Oh, that's an odd move.
H3, rook h4. I suppose. Oh goodness, you can do that just about.
Yeah, because of king g2, there is f3.
No bishop g2 now.
Yes.
And then f3. Burying 2 of the pieces. That's really quite nasty. Yes.
Yeah. F3, can you do it though? Because
white plays f3 now on this next move, and
black has been exceptionally foolish. In fact.
It might be a time to point out they've been playing all night.
Yeah, they have been playing all night. We know that.
And they've only got a minute.
Or is there a trick? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably being a bit critical. It's just that, burying your own pieces is suboptimal.
Okay. Oh, this is good. I didn't see this. Knight g5 is a way to defend against.
Oh, he's going to build up. But you go f3, knight g5, something like c5, and you start.
You start winning on the queen side if you can.
Yes, I'd have thought so. C5 is going to win quite easily, isn't it?
I think you're right, because it takes black. So even if when black goes, oh no. The point is, even if black goes knight h3 and knight d5, his pieces are still tied up.
But it still takes him about 1,000 years to get organised.
Yeah, of course it's.
Yeah, I mean, this is not that clear. You go c5 anyway.
C5 is still better for white. I mean,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How do we feel about rook takes knight? Was rook takes knight a good move in that position or not?
It's interesting. And then king to h2, and I'm not sure how you win.
No, I wasn't. I was just going to leave the bishop on g2 and bring my king to the centre and say, "Can I win a pawn ending?"
But this is winning for white.
No, I think I might have been winning by playing rook takes knight and bring
very likely.
Bring the king into the centre, because I think what happens is you have bishop to f1 to g2, so you have tempi. So I don't see what black can do at all.
Okay. So now he's a6.
A6
That's pretty scary, isn't it?
Well, but yeah, you had to
go CB rather than.
You can go rook takes and possibly even rook takes b6, but it's.
Rook d6, you go king e7, don't you?
But I was going to go rook takes b6 then.
I'm going to take you to.
Knight e6 to c7.
You got knight to there to c7.
And it may be a draw. Oh, well,
sorry.
That's just won the game. So.
Yes, I was going to take you. I was going to try and take you to Sarah Delisle.
Good.
Here we go, against Road to GM. So Sarah's white.
And so stop checkmate, which was the thing to do.
Got 2 bishops. Black's attack with h5 is easier, maybe, but
quite slow, really, isn't it? But it's not that easy to get. I think maybe bishop d4 now. I don't know. I mean, black does have a attack. b7 is.
I don't think
I would have done that, because I think
you don't want to swap one of the bishops, especially when you.
No, I wouldn't want to. No, I suppose. No, I mean, I think now.
Well, now you just play, don't you? King g2 or bishop g2 if you want.
Yeah, probably h4. I don't know, h4 actually. I mean, it's not.
I think h4.
I mean, I'm not sure particularly why you went h5. I thought you were just sticking the pieces in the centre. I mean, white is going to try to get the queen onto the long white diagonal, isn't she?
Well, develop some pieces first, but yeah.
If you can get the queen on the diagonal, then you can develop some sort of attack. But black presumably should double rooks in the d file. I'm not sure how this position is actually, because in the long term, white has an attack, and it's quite hard for black to do anything.
Do you think white should be playing c4 or not?
I was just wondering about whether black should be playing knight d5 and whether c4 is a good answer. I mean, I think I don't know if you should go a4 now.
I was thinking queen f4, try and get some.
I mean, I was wondering in that position whether rook d3 was a move, actually, the move before, to try to hassle white before white gets organised, attack those pawns.
Well, you told me to put my queen on the long diagonal, so I'm going to play queen f4.
Yes, no, but I think, well, so you should do, and that is going to be good now, isn't it? It's going to be.
And that allows the knight to d4, which is.
But that was definitely a bad move. Queen f4 was definitely a better move, wasn't it? I mean, we can try to put the knight in d6, but it's not a very happy way to defend b7.
So now what, are you expecting the knight to come in and...
the knight definitely stomps in.
Although you can go queen e3 against it, I think.
Well, then rook e6.
Oh, rook e6.
Oh, that way around.
Well, but then there's queen. Oh, goodness. Okay, what's this? Is this really working?
No, I don't think so. Really.
I don't think so at all.
I mean, I think white will be able to defend this. Probably queen e3 now.
But all right, let's look at the clocks. 2.5. I really don't understand giving up a knight rather than putting it on d4.
I mean, I understand that they think they're going to put a rook in the g file and pin the bishop, and it's going to be a glorious pin. But I don't think it's that glorious.
Mm. And now queen f3.
Now queen f3, defending and attacking simultaneously.
And you've got the queen onto this diagonal that you've been wanting for a while.
Hurrah! We better play c6, I suppose.
So c6, b5, rook h6.
Rook h6, trying to play rook takes bishop check and rook g6, yes.
Mm.
But I mean, c6.
Well, maybe after c6, you should go rook e1 and king f1. What do you think?
Yeah, rook e1 and rook e4 is a defense, I think.
Oh, that too, yes.
But maybe you take in c4 when you have a chance.
All right, what do you think about rook g2 and rook h6?
What do I think about rook g2 and rook h6? I think that I'll win a tempo on the back rank. And
so you could play king takes g2, couldn't you?
No, but I can also play queen takes rook h6, rook to e1.
Oh, we can rook e1, yes.
Gives me a dastardly tempo.
I thought the second rook g6 was check, but it isn't.
Yeah, no, it's only check to the queen. Nah, so I don't believe it. I mean, once you get,
it was good.
It was a good idea. No, I mean, I think it's basically. I think giving up a piece to encourage the queen to go to the. No, I think you should go rook e1.
E1, yeah.
I don't know if queen c4 is a reasonable defensive move, just stopping b5 really, or. I mean, I don't.
You know that John Nunn plays the poison pawn variation. He would claim, "Oh, it's not the pawn; it's the squares." I'm not.
Yeah, no, it's right.
I'm playing positionally.
Well, you are, but
queen c4, rook e4 feels gaining control.
Or rook e7, I thought as well. Starting to think about evil.
Well, queen f7. I mean, black's got h4 coming, but it's probably not enough, is it?
I hadn't noticed that. I should have done. That's. I mean, h4 doesn't seem particularly scary, does it? Probably is rook ad1 now, and if h4, king f1, is h3 a problem, and queen g1 check and some checks? Maybe it is. So maybe king f1.
White is swap of queens, so is that?
Yeah, but it is 3 pawns, but you're right. White's pawn would be better, but I wouldn't do that yet. I mean, bishop h3 looks like a
very sensible move. I definitely don't want if I can allow h3, maybe. But I mean, for instance, rook e4, h3, bishop h1, queen g2 check is at least fun. I think it probably wins actually as well, doesn't it? Is that true? I think it is, isn't it?
Well, it's.
Do your line again, John. Yeah.
Yes.
I was going rook
e4, h3, bishop h1.
No, you should go bishop h3, but then queen g2 check looked like it might win. I think it did as well.
Okay. No, queen e3 is better, but that will probably do as well.
Well,
what-
that's not very good because now we've got Queen F4 check and we've managed to lose.
Yeah, and we've lost a pawn. So it is back to the... No.
Yeah, G6, something of a problem at this point, madam. Yes.
Oh, dear. Well, it's 46 minutes Black has.
Seconds?
46 seconds.
That's probably what I meant, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some factor of 60.
Oh, unlucky Sarah.
Yeah.
Good on road to GM. Now, I'm going to take you to... I
To be
think
clear,
it's
she
Grace.
was winning
No,
that
Grace.
game.
Here we go. This is going to be Grace against Jude. Now, Grace is a very, very young player, so be nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Are we the grumpiest commentary team, or am I the
You're
grumpiest?
the grumpiest so far. Yes. Grace, she said something absolutely wonderful to me. We played at Chess Fest, and we were playing this rook and pawn ending, and she said, "I'm going to make your rook boring." And she
Good.
proceeded to make my rook really boring, and it just got into the square where it couldn't do very
That
much.
shows like good positional understanding. I mean,
Yeah.
the rook on the get on h4 in the other game was worse than boring.
I think he was more bored than boring in that case. Yeah, that's nice. So how old is she?
I don't remember exactly. I can.
I mean, is she little enough that it sounded charming from the opponent rather than...
It sounded lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't feel, how dare my opponent be rude to me? You thought,
No, my parents can say whatever they like to me.
what a sweet little sprog you thought.
All right. Yeah.
So who's Black in this game?
And Black is Jude Shearsby, very strong player who is coming. I don't know, about third or fourth in the arena. Where is he? Fourth. He's coming fourth at the moment.
Now the problem is that Black's got more time and a winning position, so Black can just keep playing, and eventually the clock will.
I hadn't counted the boys. Should have counted the boys. Yes.
1 point up. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're right. We've got the next crew coming in, so I'm going to let in Julian. You can say hi.
You can say hi.
Yes.
This is
Jules, hello.
hello.
Hi there, Natasha.
Hello.
I hope you won
how
all
are
your Blitz games, John.
I have not been playing. I didn't. No, I lost 2.
No.
I did.
Shocking.
I lost to Graham Buckley. Then I lost to somebody else because I put everything on prees.
I'm speechless. I have no words.
Yeah, George, you'll have to come back to confound me to show what an idiot.
I'm going to have to come back and show you how it's done.
You will. You can do it on board 2 as well, mate. Ha.
Pardon?
I said you can do it on board 2, mate. As
I'll
well.
definitely be on board too. Well, obviously.
We're talking about the club competition where I lost.
I was there actually. Yes, I know.
Yeah,
what
you
you're
were,
talking
where I
about.
lost 2 games gloriously. I lost to Graham
Yeah.
Buckley. That was a good game. The other game I lost to Jason, Kushar, was not a great game. I did put a whole rook on prees.
Can I just look at this position for a moment? Hasn't she
Yes,
swindled a draw?
She's going to do a draw. Grace, go Grace.
Or is she
All right, I'm
slightly
gonna let
better
Danny
now?
in.
Hi, Jonathan.
Grace.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good. Very
What was
good.
wrong with
Hi,
Bishop
Jonathan.
D5 check?
There was nothing wrong, but she
I'm very
hasn't got any
good.
time.
Hi, Jonathan.
Someone has an echo. It might be Dan.
Oh, dear. Hi, Dad.
I've
Could you just
been
mute
grumbling
something, Dan?
about the quality of the moves, by the way, boys, which is most rude of me. Basically, I felt that some of the play was slightly suboptimal.
Well, John, the general rule is English people can't play end games, can we? That's the general rule.
Oh dear, I can't hear
You're the
anything.
exception that
Disaster.
proves the rule.
Oh, you can't hear.
Actually, Dan, you're not missing anything. Even if,
Dan, we can hear you.
Jules, hi.
Yes, I can hear you, Dad.
Oh, well, that's good.
Hello, Dan.
Okay,
I can,
you
I can
going
hear
in?
something now.
I can hear you, Dad.
I can hear you now. Hi,
Okay.
No,
hi,
shall we
Jonathan.
just-
Hi, Jonathan.
Bye,
Hello.
Jonathan. Bye, Jonathan.
Morning, Natasha.
Morning.
Crash, shall we disappear? Is it too many
Yes.
people?
Dan,
No,
the
no,
brains
no,
are
no, no.
leaving the
Jonathan,
I'm,
building.
I'm
Jonathan.
going to get some headphones.
I'm going to hide them on the stream. Okay, so bye, Jonathan and Jonathan. There and there. Okay, and I'm going to disappear too. But just before I go, I think someone has perhaps a chess.com tab open with the stream going or the stream open. And if you do, then just mute it. And then I think, Dan, you were going to share your screen.
Now, how's that?
That's much better. That's perfect. Lovely. Lovely. Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Dan. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me, Natasha?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
I
Jules?
can. There's a delay, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Where are you? Are you okay? Do you want to try sharing your screen, Dan? And I'll drop off. Or if you
No,
prefer,
because there's a
I can
horrible
just-
delay, and I don't
Okay.
know, and I can't access the games.
Fine. All right. Right. Fine. I'm going to stay
I
on.
can't
And I'm going to
access
share
the
my screen.
games.
Yes. Okay. So I think you can see the screen now.
Okay, just a
already.
moment. I need to sort myself out.
Yes. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to find you a new game. And what we are going to look at is we are going to look at Junior Tay against Vlad 10898, who has a 2872 rating.
2872?
Yes, very strong and a Ukrainian flag.
Is he a titled player?
I am.
Oh, okay. I presume he's black.
Yes, Vlad is black.
Well, he's winning.
Right. I'm just checking. I've just muted Danny for 1 second. I think the echo came from Danny. I'm going to now put you back on and see if we get it again.
Is that better?
Yes, it seems to be.
Oh,
yeah.
I think that's better. Yeah. But I still can't see the games. I couldn't access them on chess.com.
No. You can see it on here though.
Just 1 second while I.
Yeah.
White should really resign now. That would be the best move.
I can see the board now that you've got up.
Yes. Loz Cooper's just posted actually a link to the arena in the chat. If you see this, can you see the stream chat? If you look to the right of your screen here, it should be on there. Stream chat just at the bottom of there.
Stream chat. It's got so many flipping windows here.
Right at the bottom, link in case it's needed from Loz.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah. That's all good. It's all under control now.
Sort
It's
of.
like a difficult chess position, isn't it? With lots of things going on, and you've got to get it under control.
No, it's not. It's technology, which is far more difficult. I'll say a proper hello in a second. Okay, so I've just clicked on Lawrence's
Yes.
thing, and but I've just got I've just got a board with a starting position.
Okay.
But I can see the one that's Knight F5 check has just been played.
Yeah. What I'll do, if you share your screen, and I'll sort you out if you like.
Yeah, my screen. That's a
If you want to.
disaster.
Yeah, right. Let's just stick like this. We're all good. You can just see it on my. I'm showing my screen, and this is all good. We are following this game.
Okay. Right. Let me tune in. I can't see a white queen. That's a problem, isn't it?
That does seem to be true. That does seem to be an issue from whites.
Anyway, I should, before we actually look at some chess, because this is, frankly, it's not the most interesting position, I should say, good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Julian. How are you both? Are you all right?
Good. Good to see you, Dan. Yeah.
Yeah, good to
All
see
good
you.
here.
Are you in sunny Swansea?
I'm in sunny Swansea. I'll be heading back to sunny London later this afternoon.
Oh, really? Oh, I might catch you for a bike ride this week.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Are you up for
How
it?
about it?
Let me check my diary.
I'm up for it, Dan.
Tomorrow's looking good.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for that bike ride. Natasha, what are you doing tomorrow afternoon?
What is it? Tomorrow's Monday. I'm at work.
Oh,
You're at work. Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
can you believe it? There are people out there who work on a Monday afternoon.
That's
I know.
disgraceful.
It
Absolutely
is
disgraceful.
What is the world coming to?
Yeah.
That'd be good, Jules. So have you had a
Yeah.
nice half-term break?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it's all been very good, very, very pleasurable. And
Excellent.
I'm going to be traveling for the first time in 15 years. I will be getting on a plane.
Where are
Where-
you going, Jules?
Yeah.
America, the States.
Are you?
Wow.
Is
Yes.
that business or pleasure?
Yes, I could have played. I'm quite near where the World Open Phillies happening. I could have played in that, but I've declined.
Oh,
I'm
so
not- coming
you're-
out of retirement just yet.
So you're going on holiday, basically.
It's a holiday, yes.
Fantastic. Now, okay, maybe we should look at some chess.
Yes.
This one looks like a more competitive game as both sides have a queen.
Yes.
Who's
And
playing?
Keith Arkle against Richard Bates.
which colour's Keith?
Keith is white.
So Keith is a knight for 2 pawns up. You would expect Keith to win this because he's quite good in the old these kind of positions.
Well, he's got one of his stable positions, hasn't he? Basically?
Yeah, he'll play e4 soon and blow up the centre.
Yes, that sounds.
Maybe a4, then he'll play e4, and he'll just win.
E4. That's a very committal pawn move. That's not Keith. He likes to massage them first.
He'll open his bishop up, e4, e5, bring his bishop into the game.
Well, you're right, of course, but not yet. No, he's got it. You see, he likes his pawn. He likes his solid. He's done it.
There
He's
we
done it.
go, Dan.
Well, you see, Richard put it fatal mistake putting his rook on a8 where it's on prise to the bishop. So
What, bishop c6? What do we reckon?
rook a1
Rook a1. Oh,
trade. There you go.
yes.
You know our Keith.
You
Well, I was
know
born-
Keith.
You see,
Hello,
Keith
Siva.
is
Nice to see you.
that rare breed, an Englishman who's actually very, very good at the endgame.
well, that's true.
He's very good.
Keith's technique, superb.
I would say at endgame play, Keith is easily
Oh!
2600 level.
The queen is trapped.
Oh, that was lucky.
That's putting an end to things. Well, when I say trapped, I mean obviously the exchange is not very
Now, is he going
desirable.
to go rook b1 now, or king f1, or rook b1? Because after rook c8, he can play bishop c6. Well, then now
Ooh,
king e1.
slightly tricky. We got there's rook c8 coming, isn't there?
I think just
Ooh.
king f1, and if b2, bishop d1, and that will win. Or bishop d1 immediately.
Well, king f1, rook c8.
Then okay, he's gone king g2.
Yeah.
I can always meet rook c8 with bishop c6, Dan.
Ah. Or that one.
Yeah, Keith.
Oh, yeah, if rook c1,
No.
you go rook c3, don't you?
King g2, very.
Yeah, Keith is very good at the endgame. He's very, very good.
There you
Okay.
go. Wise words from Jules. When did
Yeah.
you realise that one, Jules?
Keith, pardon?
When did you realise that one? About
Well,
Keith?
he's beat me in a few endgames, so
Well, he's
I
beaten
thought,
me in it. He's beaten me
Yeah,
in an
he's
endgame
done
as
me.
well.
He's done me.
There we go.
Now,
I've been on the receiving end.
Yeah. Natasha, who's actually winning this tournament?
well, actually, Dave Hayden is in the lead with 673, 100 ahead of Keith Arkle, who's on 573, and both of those have been playing, I think, pretty much all the time. And then Charlie Story in third.
Sorry, who's the guy in first? Like my screen, I can't see the name. properly.
Dave Hayden. FIDE
Dave
Master.
Hayden.
Oh.
Yes. FIDE Master and very good at Blitz.
Oh,
Well, is
okay.
he English?
Yes. Yes.
So,
He must be quite young.
Ah,
basically,
okay.
Keith's record
So yeah,
Is-
Keith
is in jeopardy.
yes, because he's won the last 3 years in a row, but it looks like it's a big challenge this year. Yeah, Dave's got an impressive lead there.
And what's Dave's FIDE? Is he about 2350, or is he stronger than that?
I'll look it up in the background. And he is 2255, born in
Okay.
1988.
Okay,
Right.
but Blitz specialist.
He's a specialist, yes.
Okay.
And what's the time control?
5 minutes and no increment.
Oh, harsh.
Ooh,
This is
Yeah.
very old school.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we played down the increment, what was that?
No idea.
Exists,
Newfangled. Chess for snowflakes, this increment.
Well, the thing was, we didn't have the technology to do increments back in the day, did we? Chess clocks weren't built like that.
Well, I remember when the big scandal when digital clocks were introduced. you know,
Yes.
what people were saying, what is this?
Michael
You know.
Basman introduced them somewhere, I remember, and people were shocked. What
I know.
on earth is that all about?
I know.
Right.
Very strange.
I still prefer analog, I'll be perfectly honest. But
Really?
yeah,
Why is that?
because I know how to set them.
Well, do you know what? That kind of simplicity, people, mustn't be underestimated.
The actual key to being a very strong chess player is simplicity.
Oh,
Don't
wise
overcomplicate.
words.
That is the
Yeah.
key. Simplicity.
To say, yeah.
What does it take to be a grandmaster? Simplicity.
Wise words.
Yeah.
Natasha, who's playing? Because I can't see actually.
I've put us on Tom Rendell against Keith Arkle, so we're sticking.
Tom
Yeah.
Rendell. Now he's
So-
very black.
So Keith, hang on. Keith is playing black.
Yes.
Okay, well, this is an interesting one actually because that should be a very nice knight against a bishop. However, Keith is getting quite frisky on the king side. I still think this should be better for white.
I agree, Dan.
But
But
it's a little bit tricky if that f pawn manages to roll down the board and the king is very active. Obviously, if black can play f3 and there's suddenly an h pawn.
well, he could play g3 actually.
That's probably wise because if you go f3, then the king might find a route in.
Well, f3 might be good as well. It's quite a tricky one.
Well, okay, f3, bishop f5, not so clear.
Yeah.
Now
knight
f3,
c5.
f3. I think he's got to do it.
Yeah, I think you're right. f3 is a good move.
f3, g3. f3,
Yeah.
g3.
And then the king comes to e3.
Exactly. So actually, white is a lot better. Well, that's clever of Keith.
H4.
I think my g3 was a good move.
I think it was. I think
And
you're
then
right. I mean, I still think white's better because the king can always come to f2. I mean, black's king shouldn't find a way in.
After h3, for instance, here. Oh no, h3 loses to pawn takes. Okay. I don't believe this now because f3 is always good. I think black's going to be okay here.
I think black
h3
is
here.
okay. Yeah.
h3 and f3 is always a target.
Yeah. I analysed. That famous endgame.
Topalov Shirov.
No, not that one. The
Karpov
and
Kasparov.
from the
Yeah.
World Championship match.
Knight g2, Dan. Knight
G2,
g2.
fantastic move. However, that should still be a draw.
Really?
I spent a very long time. This is pre-computer analysing that, and black
Well,
can still draw it.
Probably the most famous endgame of all time should have also been a draw. The most famous.
Go on. Which is the most famous?
The most famous in the history of chess.
Okay, there are a few candidates for the most.
This one is easily wins hands down.
Okay,
100 this is 100 times more famous than the number 2.
Okay, I'm going to say bishop takes h2, Reykjavik.
Correct.
There you go. I want it in one. In one. we're in tune.
And with best play, Spassky could have still drawn that endgame.
Right.
It was still a draw.
Yeah. Very interesting.
It was very interesting, but with best play, it was still drawing. But that is by far, I would say, the most famous endgame in the history.
Natasha, would you have plucked that one out of the air?
I'm not even gonna try and enter this conversation because I probably wouldn't, but I also wouldn't know what else to say. Most famous endgame of all time.
But that's interesting. If you're gonna what's the next famous endgame, Jules?
Well, I mean, there was the Kasparov from Seville '87.
You mean the bishop and 4 against
Knight and
Knight and 3?
I think the queens were on the board as well.
Yeah, but not really. You see, I would say Ali King Capablanca, last game of the World Championship match, 1927.
And what about Botvinnik Bronstein, last match?
Yeah, you mean the 2 bishops against 2 knights?
The last one where Bronstein needs to draw and then he's world champion.
Yeah, and got ground down.
I think he could have played. He missed King G3 to F2. He missed some king move in him. But I mean, really.
See, I would go with Ali King Capablanca.
Capablanca, is that the one with the rook and pawn ending, and he gives up some pawns to get the king right in?
Yeah, sort of. He's basically got an outside a pawn, and classic. Rook behind the pawn.
But that's why, Dan. I think the Fischer Spassky one. I think he just won a pawn here, knight d6, knight b7. Yeah, he shouldn't have moved his bishop from c8. That was bad.
Oh, Keith getting ground down.
Yeah.
This is front page news. Keith,
You don't see that every day.
No, you don't. No.
You see what I mean, Dan? When you think of endings, nothing comes close really to the.
Well,
Spassky
I
Fischer.
think it's because that Spassky Fischer game had the drama of bishop takes h2, which is kind of ludicrous, actually. I mean, who knows what possessed Fischer to actually take
Well, he
that.
didn't. He missed bishop d2, didn't he?
Well, he did, yeah, that's true. But even so, it's kind of a mad move.
He wanted to say, Spassky, you're not good enough to draw with me with the white pieces. That was what he wanted to say.
I'm afraid it was hubris.
You can play for a draw with white. I can still beat you with black. That was what Fischer was saying.
Yeah, I think Keith could still draw this.
Yeah.
Keith is a whiz. How many minutes left? There's 1 minute left.
1 minute for Keith and 1:16 for Tom. Now I think Tom can play pretty quick.
Yeah, he can. He's a decent blitz player.
He's beaten me a few times, which is not saying much anymore, I have to be honest. Where does that knight want to go, Dan?
Yeah.
I might go to c3.
E2 and then
c3
and then is b5 coming?
Exactly. That's what I want to do. I want to play knight c3 and b5. I think
So
this
bishop
could be...
c4, b5. If you take, you have to take with the pawn.
And then
a6, b4, a7. Take, yeah, you win. That wins.
You win. That's a
That
winning.
wins. B5
Yeah.
wins.
He's thinking about it. He's using up his precious seconds to calculate.
It wins.
Tom.
It wins.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it. B5.
Yes!
Whoa!
He's done it. Yes. Thank you
Now,
very
where I had one I wanted to take you to next, which was
Okay.
Elise Dyson against Dave Hayden, if it's still going.
Have you ever played in this, Dan? Have you ever played a few minutes?
Good God, no.
Can
No.
we see that it's probably finished? Okay.
I find online chess a trial, to be honest. I always
right.
did.
Do we want? I'm gonna. We'll see Badana in a minute, but she's.
Oh, really? Is she playing?
Yes. Do you want to see her already? She.
Oh, yeah, come on. Yeah, let's. How's she doing? Has
Okay.
she been
She's
playing
back
for hours?
in
Or...
the game against Classy Chameleon. No, she hasn't been playing for hours. She's just been playing, I think, a little bit this morning.
Okay. So she's just crossed the 2200 barrier, I hear, which is pretty amazing.
That's what I heard. Although on the rating list it's showing 21 something, but then maybe there's some results not in there yet.
Yes.
What amazed me, because obviously John Spielman's been teaching her, one-on-one. John said she was an amazing rook and pawn endgame player, and John's obviously brilliant at rook and pawn endings, and he said she's very, very good at rook and pawn endings, which for someone as young as Badana is incredibly impressive.
But it's interesting, she's playing Kara Khan here, and I've seen quite a few of her games where she's played the Kara, and she does enjoy a solid pawn structure. So she just basically outplays a lot of her opponents.
Well, for people out there watching, and I learned this actually from the previous commentator, John Mestel taught me this many years ago. Imagine White had a pawn on c4 or c2, let's say. In general, the pawn structure of 4 and 2 against 3 and 3, the 4 and 2 is a better pawn structure.
Exactly.
Because Black has obviously Black's a whole pawn up here, but if there was a pawn on c3, let's say, it would still be better for Black because Black has an extra central pawn.
That's the point.
Which gives you more central control.
And
so
in fact,
I didn't know until John.
You can advance your F and E pawns very nicely. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a theme in so many different openings. I mean,
and 3-2 actually you can have a minority attack.
Exactly, Sicilian. I mean, it's
yeah,
so
it's very common in the
where you break with
Sicilian
D5. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
But,
But this is nice. You see, she plays sensible, regular chess. She's put all her pieces in the middle. Nice pawn structure on the king side. So, who's she playing?
She is playing Classy Chameleon.
Classy Chameleon.
Badana's higher rated in this game by quite some way.
Okay. I don't know. We don't know who Classy Chameleon is, do we?
Badana, she naturally is going to, seems to me, plays just good moves. Her inclination, she's a good strategic player already, which for someone as young as her is incredibly impressive.
It's not just about tic-tacs.
Yeah. No, I mean, normally when you're younger, you get involved with the tic-tacs because that's where all the fun is. But Badana seems to enjoy these positions, which is she plays very, very mature chess.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
Because
basically-
that's the point when people say to me, how do you what do you need to do to get to the next level? Unfortunately, there comes a time when you have to start outplaying people strategically,
yeah,
and that is another kind of chess.
it's not just about the Mora Gambit.
No, the Mora Gambit.
That was that a bit pointed? Sorry, Natasha. Do you still play the Mora Gambit?
Yes, from time to time, yeah.
Nigel Short played the Mora Gambit.
I played the
What are
Mora
you
Gambit.
saying, Dan? You
I
used to play.
I
I'm
played
sure
the
you
Mora.
beat me in a Mora Gambit back in
I
the
played the Mora. Yeah. What's it, Natasha? What's the? Oh, well, this is probably asking you to
The
reveal too
antidote,
much.
you mean?
What's the system against the Mora that kind of your heart sinks when your opponent plays it?
Oh, they do this thing. They didn't used to do it like 20 years ago when I started playing the Mora. But there's this one where they do an early bishop. Is it bishop b4 they do? And then just take on c3. And it's like...
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And there's another one where they go bishop g4 early as well. And
Well,
both...
yes, the A6 and bishop G4 is
yeah,
that's a known one. But early bishop B4.
there's an early bishop b4.
Golly.
Yeah, which is also really irritating.
That's very interesting. I haven't heard
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Dan, something I only learned recently, and this is what computers do. In the Danish Gambit, after e4, e5, d4,
Yeah.
e takes d4, c3.
Yes.
The best move here is queen e7.
Queen E7.
Yes,
That's ridiculous.
I know.
Is that what computers? I'm just going to
Queen
look
E7.
at that on my other computer.
Queen e7. That's the move.
I'm going to check that.
I couldn't believe it.
Just a
I
moment.
was shocked. I was horrified.
Let me just put that on the board. Not this board. I'm just putting it on my other screen. Just so E4, E5, D4
Yeah.
takes C3.
Queen e7.
Right. I'm just going to. Okay, this is a very, very old version of Stockfish, and it. Oh, Queen E7.
Yeah.
Jules, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I know. It's
It
shocking.
also it still prefers D takes C3, but as a second choice, it gives Queen E7 as if that's ridiculous.
I know.
My goodness, I've just got to conjure with that one.
I know.
But I mean, White always has a little bit of compensation just because the Queen's rolling around. In human terms.
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, but it's not a move I would have considered.
No,
I would not even have considered it
no, but
as a
it's,
candidate.
no, I
move.
can understand because actually, after you take on so C takes D4, Queen E4 check, your bishop comes to B4 with check, so it kind of straightens everything out.
And if bishop d3, you've got the move just d5, I think.
Bishop D3, D5. Yes, that's what I was sort of imagining might happen. So bishop D3, D5. Yes, it's just a good move. And you might castle queenside. Very interesting.
I'm not sure Bogdana's playing this very well.
Oh, queen endgames.
She's going to win on final.
I think allowing her pawns
Queen
to become
d5.
isolated is suboptimal.
Yes, Queen D5, as Natasha pointed out,
Queens will be
Oh, she had Queen D5.
might have been a good move.
Oh, she won on time anyway. I
I've
played
got another one to show you, which is Ellis Dyson against Junior Tay. So these are quite a similar rating. So Ellis 2317 on chess.com and Junior Tay 2364.
So White is a pawn up. Is that correct?
Let's count things.
Yeah. I count the pieces first.
Pieces the same.
Yeah.
And White's a pawn up. Yes.
So this is winning for White. Obviously, Rook F5. Is that a move? Okay. And if you take, I have an interesting decision whether to take with a pawn or the bishop on G4. Now, suppose rook takes e5. Or rook takes h5 was also possible.
Lovely bishop on b6.
Well, it might disappear after bishop takes c5.
But maybe.
Should we even take the pawn?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe just stick the bishop back on c1, just protect everything, and then just play with the heavy pieces.
This is quite interesting, actually. It's quite an interesting thing. Do you take a pawn, so you're 2 pawns up, or do you just leave black with a ridiculous bishop?
She's taken it.
It's tempting to take, but maybe from a practical point of view, Dan. But it is a pawn.
2 pawns. Only thing is, you got your split rooks. Split rooks not good.
Oh yeah.
If black can just kind of organize for a moment, queen f3,
rook f5.
Oh, rook f5. Yeah, and that brings the rook back to.
And then rook f1.
Yeah.
And our rooks are no longer split.
Yes.
Oh, that's not a good move. I'm not sure about that.
Rook g2.
Queen c. Oh, that's good. I like that move, b6, because now we've got.
Well, rook g. Isn't it time to? Oh, the rook's on prees. Rook h2. Rook h2.
Yeah, rook h2. Yeah, let's do that.
And then let's see. Let's see. Oh, chicken.
No. Rook g1, rook g2, queen e2. Okay.
Yeah,
c5. Probably what I would do.
Oh, check to the back and queen d1.
Now c5.
C5.
Yeah, for white.
Yeah,
C5,
but
C5.
Yeah, the king is safe enough, I guess.
Yeah, C5.
Counterattack.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well played.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty terminal.
This is going to be nice for white.
Because the king's actually pretty safe on b3.
Yeah, it takes too long to sort of generate some nonsense.
What's the time? 1 minute 30. Yeah, she's a minute up on the clock as well.
Now, Danny, Badana's dad's messaged me with how you can actually see the games on your computer if you want to.
Oh, really? How do I look at the games on my computer?
See the link. So in this, do you see the stream chat?
The stream chat. I do not.
Now, pawn takes pawn, queen takes pawn, check.
Stream chat. Oh, I do now.
And rook d7. And rook d7. And
I have to join the ECF club in chess.com. Oh, that's beyond my capabilities.
Okay, fine.
Not at the moment. But thank you very much for yeah.
Okay, and Badana's just playing for an hour, so let's see if she's got another game going or if she's done. I think she's maybe done. So let's see. Have we seen Dave Hayden yet?
Oh yeah, leader. Is he still leading?
Yes, let's do that. So because he's playing Richard Bates now.
Okay, so Ricky B. How's Richard doing?
He's doing all right. He's up there. Let me just
b4.
So Richard Bates. He's in 16th. He's played 82 games.
That's it. Well done. A3. Thank you very much. And that is the end of that.
Is it the end of that?
Yes.
Is it really? Can we somehow get the king in?
You got 3 pawns.
Exactly. Not so clear. Not so fast, Jules.
Not so clear.
Yeah, knight back, and then the king comes up. King f3, king f4. Here we go. King f3. Knight back, king f3. There we go.
I was counting my chickens there, wasn't I?
It's coming in. Here we go. Who's better and why?
But white's better. White's probably winning.
Better.
F4.
That's a good move. That's a
That's a good move.
Yeah.
Oh, that draws. Well done. That was a very good move.
I wonder whether f4 was a bit hasty.
Yeah, it probably was. This is just a draw now. King g5, knight g2.
Knight g2.
And that is a draw. Well done. Well recovered.
Well, Ricky B.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we're going through the motions here.
Yes. Okay.
However, because Natasha, as there's no increment,
yes,
if White decided
Knight
in this
G7,
position,
Knight G7, just
Knight G7. But if White decided just to just play quickly, basically, and just shuffle around, I mean, you could conceivably win on time, or is that the kind of dirty trick that's disallowed in this event?
It's not cricket, Dan. It's not cricket.
It is
It
allowed.
isn't cricket. We know that already.
All right. I'm thinking let's go for Tom Rendell against Gunslinger.
Whoever Gunslinger is.
Well, Gunslinger is FIDE Master Jonathan Blackburn. Welsh player.
Okay.
I'm always a bit nervous about taking on H6 because you do lose a lot of control over the black squares. F6
yes,
comes.
Exactly. I played this system a little bit with black, actually.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have the pressure on D4. Queen G7 coming, maybe?
Queen G7. The thing about these positions, why it's always not so bad for black, is because black can win. Black's not slightly worse. Having said that, I think who's White? Tom, is it? Tom's actually playing this pretty well.
That's a good move. He's going to take and shove a knight on E5, and then maybe, on a good day, that looks quite nice, actually.
We could threaten checkmate, Dan.
You could do.
What do you reckon?
Well, but would it actually encourage White to make a good move, i.e. G3?
Well, then I might play H5.
True.
Yes.
In fact, one of those situations where you could rev up with the next H pawn.
Yes. It could. Well, I don't know. Interesting. I think I would play Rook G8.
Okay, so Rook G8, this is interesting. Rook G8, G4. Excuse me. Rook G8, G3. Do you want to play H5 straight away?
Yeah, probably.
Actually. Okay, now that's actually quite nice. Knight E7, so he's going to swing around or potentially swing around to F5. Not anymore.
A6, Bishop F1 probably. Or Bishop D3.
Bishop F1. It's absolutely solid. Yeah.
That surprises me.
And the knight's coming back to C6. It's not very stable on C6. That's the only thing.
I don't think Tom's played this very accurately. Rook G8 and then the other rook over to F8. I think Black's starting to...
Yeah.
I'd much prefer to have the bishop on F1.
Very true. So now he wants to go knight G4. So presumably H5 now.
H5 I think is a good move.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's actually very irritating for White. Once H5 Rook G8 comes.
Threatening rook takes knight.
Very true.
And threatening maybe rook takes knight even after king H1. Rook takes knight, just sack the exchange.
It's a very nice position now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tom got it wrong, unfortunately. I mean...
Right, is he going to sack? No? Oh, he's won. Brutal, Daniel.
That came out very quickly. Bishop B4, bang. He thought he was going for a checkmate, and he was playing
You could argue it's a positional exchange sacrifice.
Well, I think he's going to have to argue it, whether he likes it or not.
The view, the glass is always half full, and well, what does he take back with here?
Well, that's a problem, isn't it? H5. Oh, no!
Immediate.
Oh. I tell you what, he's on fire.
Black's playing very well here. Who's Black?
Jonathan Blackburn, who's going to be on the stream at 2:00.
Okay.
I have to say he's out playing.
Yeah, you can imagine if that bishop had come back to F1 and then G3 and bishop G2, that would make a solid impression. Far more solid than this.
What's the points? Black's a pawn up as well.
Oh, Black's even a pawn up for this. How do you defend F3, by the way?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
F4, but
We could be on for a nice checkmate. We've got rook g8, knight f3, followed by queen g1. Once the queen moves, queen g1 mate.
Yeah, I mean, probably if you put this into Stockfish, it'd be about +3 for black.
Okay, now if black takes on f3, white can exchange queens.
Yes,
It's probably the only thing that white could do, actually, even though it's a miserable endgame. But
can we play rook c8 here?
rooks.
Oh no, sorry, the knight's on prees. What am I talking about? Yeah, just take on f3. Sorry.
Yeah. In fact, that's probably a bit of a disappointment. Oh, knight g4.
G4.
Okay, that's a bit strange because now he can exchange and hammer the c pawn.
Yeah. Rook c8.
Why not? I mean, give the h6 pawn and just go
And
for
if you go rook d1, I had knight e1.
it. Rook d3, yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, rook d3. Now I've still, well.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been simple just to exchange knight for bishop, actually. And then keep hitting the c pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, white's wriggling. Knight g4 check.
Black's misplayed this
Yeah.
quite badly.
I think knight g4 check would have been a better move.
Rook g8 here, maybe not. Yeah, I think you're right. Knight g4 would have been better down.
Yeah. Because the king would have to go back and then you take on h6. Now, I mean, this one, the king can step up to f5 and or bishop g6 and just get the rook into the game. Bishop g6 is simple. That'll do. But
yeah. Endgames are very tricky. And on average, most people aren't very good at them.
You studied them, didn't you, Jules?
I did for a while. I realised if I wanted to actually become a better chess player, I needed to study the endgame.
So it's interesting. Last night, 2 endgames in Norway chess, which were theoretical draws. And we had Caruana throwing away a draw, and we had Firouzja also.
Well, Firouzja, I mean, I learned when I studied king and pawn endings, I learned that was a win.
I mean, that's unbelievable. You saw it, that he simplified into this. Unbelievable. Natasha, did you see it as well?
I'll tell you.
I know I was on the stream all night last night.
Oh, you've been busy. I'm sorry.
Oh, we did have Peter Heiner on last night.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah, and he said he'd have to leave at a moment's notice that as soon as Magnus's game finished.
Right. Well, I mean, Magnus
carried on
down.
going. So yeah.
But it was unbelievable that Firouzja.
So what happened? Because I haven't even seen.
Basically, drawn rook and pawn endgame. All the pawns on one side. Carlsen's a pawn up, and Firouzja simplified into a losing pawn endgame, and it was horrible. I mean, it's just so basic.
Really?
Even if you had no time, you would never exchange rooks. Everyone knows this is lost.
Yeah.
And he did it. It was extraordinary. And Caruana, Jules, did you see the knight endgame that Caruana lost?
Yes, I think so.
Knight and 2 against knight and
1.
Yes. Ground and down.
Yes.
Again, horrible. Knight and 2 against knight and 1 on the same side.
He got Zugzwang, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Caruana threw it away. Well, there was one move, actually, a slightly counterintuitive move where he had to put the king back when he was very short of time. In a way, I think that's sort of more understandable than Ali Razor's.
Well, as I said, I've told you this before, Dan, the best thing that I ever did for my chess was going through the encyclopedia of king and pawn endings.
Yeah.
And that improved my chess dramatically. It was amazing. It wasn't the most thrilling thing to do, but it had a lot of benefit. It was quite amazing how much it helped my chess. And I realised how little I knew. I realised my lack of endgame knowledge was true. And that's when I was already a grandmaster. My knowledge was shocking. Shockingly bad.
Who's playing here, Natasha?
Here is Dave Hayden, so the tournament leader.
Is he white?
He's white against Rich Pert.
So Queen C6, I would say here is the move.
So this looks like proper chess to me.
Yes. H4, is that a standard kind of?
Oh.
Done it. Yes, Jules.
Well, it's what the kids do these days, isn't it? They just do H4 for the lols.
Not that you'd ever do that.
No, Daniel King, how can you say such a thing? I'll never move my H pawn.
But here's a very interesting moment because Black has that classic dilemma. Do you allow the pawn forward, or do you block it with H5, or do you stop it with H6?
Well, H6 potentially
H6 is horrible.
H5.
Yeah, H5, absolutely. But
I don't
you know,
think H6 is the one.
these are the big questions. I mean, would you block it with H5?
Possibly.
I think I might actually, considering the bishop can come to H6.
King G2, yeah. I like the way White's playing this, but Richard Pert is a pretty solid player.
Yeah.
So
D5.
And actually, he's commentating. I think he's on maybe even next. When's he on? Rich?
Oh.
H5.
At 1 o'clock. Yes. So he's just going to play a couple of games and then.
H5. Now D4.
Yeah, I'm not sure this H pawn business was really appropriate, actually, now that Black has claimed all this beautiful space.
Yeah, let's pawn C
Oh,
takes, I presume. C takes.
Interesting. Okay, he could have recaptured with E pawn, which would have, but probably not necessary. He's just going for a solid
I think
space advantage.
This C-file looks good, doesn't
Now,
it?
It certainly does, yeah.
Knight F1.
That's a bit-
I don't know. This is still.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't mind Black's position, to be honest.
Oh, I think Black's better.
No, sorry, I don't mind. Sorry, I meant so I don't mind.
You don't mind White's. Yeah, but maybe that
No.
knight. Okay.
Because
Well,
your bishop on G7 is not a great piece.
I think it's a wonderful piece. Oh, H6.
Not sure about that.
Yeah, not sure about that. Yeah, knight H4 came very quickly. Yeah,
Knight
good.
H2.
Now it's tricky, and Rook H1.
Rook H. Oh, Rook. Maybe Knight F. Oh,
Okay, so that
that's
just
a bit.
puts
Of
it-
a, probably have to go. Okay, that knight. That's
that's
good.
all right. Yeah, but now can you play Queen B3?
Rook H1. Come on. Yes.
Yeah, now it's tricky.
Hoping for Queen G4, Knight G5 check. On a
Very
very
good.
good day.
Yeah, but this looks okay for White now.
Well, Bishop H6 is threatened, Dan.
Absolutely. And
Knight
the
F5.
problem with H5 is that the G5 square is...
This is now good for White.
Yeah.
We didn't like the move H6, did we? Bishop
No.
takes H6.
Not
Bishop
good.
takes H6. Come on, play the move. Yes, well done.
Very nice.
Well done.
Is that just game over? I suppose you can move your king back out the other way, no?
Yeah, it's well, the game's going to go on. I mean, Knight G6 looks. Knight takes G6, King G6, Rook takes H5.
Oh, he's just going to move the bishop back.
He is.
He's, this is percentage. Oh, he went in! He went in! Oh!
What's he done?
Gone for it. He's got
Knight takes D4.
more cojones than we have.
Yes, get in there.
Very nice.
And this is, you remember, he's been playing for 18 hours already.
Yeah,
That's good.
Good stuff.
You see, we're old men, Jules. We went for the
Yeah,
pragmatic
Queen
move, bishop back.
H5. Thank you very much.
Very good.
There we go. And now
Mate follows shortly, I would
you would
suggest.
think.
Yeah, how exactly? Oh dear.
Where's the mate?
This is a bit taxing, isn't it?
Bishop G5.
Well, he might, do you know what he might do? He might go bishop F8, king
Yeah.
back, and then just bounce the bishop out to B4 and threaten.
Nice.
Maybe he hasn't got time, then queen F7. Probably.
Bishop G5 looks quite tempting.
Bishop G5. Okay, so how are you going to do? Oh, you're right. He's got
Queen
bishop.
G6.
Oh, there's a pin. So now he's
And then Rook H8.
Yeah.
Or Rook H7, maybe. Rook H7, followed by Bishop H6. Rook H7 is the move.
Very good.
Oh, he's gone there. Okay, Rook
Just-
H7 now.
he's taking a rook. No, he's
Oh,
checkmate,
boring.
checkmate on E8. It's not that boring. It's just
Rook
Queen E8.
C7.
Queen E8.
mate.
Rook
No,
E8.
queen E8 was mate.
Yeah. Resign. Okay.
Nice game, actually.
Yeah, no, interesting one.
We didn't like this move H6, did we, Dan?
It'd be very interesting to go back to that position. And I
Shall
don't
I
know.
try it? Yeah. Okay.
Is that possible?
It might be. Right, where were we?
Yeah,
Go
so
back.
just before H6, if we just go back.
Yeah,
so
H6
this
is not
position.
good.
So here's where he played H6.
Yes.
Yeah, mistake.
I can put the engine on. I'll put the
Yeah, go on, put the engine on. What does the engine have to say?
There we go.
We'll
Engine.
probably go H6.
It likes knight A4 or knight F6.
Knight F6 was the move that appealed to me, I have to say.
Yeah.
What's
Because-
the assessment of the position of the engine?
So at the moment, minus 0.4 if black plays knight A4. And then after H6, then it's just level.
Yeah.
Yeah, except it's not level because white has the initiative, not in blitz. But no, knight F6 is the move I would favour because it clears up the situation on the king side. You know, we have clarity. And I think in a blitz game, that's kind of what you want.
Yeah.
Because after knight F6, white would have to either exchange or play H6. And then you know where you stand with black.
Right. Yeah. Forces white to take a decision.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, who do we... I did see John Ems has joined. I saw him. Move by move. Is that one still going?
Dan.
There we go. Oh, this one. Here we go. So this is John Ems as white against Ushko the Bear. I think is Blair Connell.
Okay. H6.
H6.
A very trendy move. We had, was it Gukesh played this? Yeah, Gukesh played this in the candidates
Oh wow.
against Vidit.
Oh wow.
Incredibly.
How can H6 be a good move? I mean,
That's what I tell my students. There's a special place in hell for players that play very early little pawn moves at the side of the board. Waste time. However,
well, Dan, you can say that.
I can,
But
and often I'm wrong.
You are being slightly hypocritical.
Oh no! What are you saying? Are you saying that are you going to produce the Najdorf? as evidence
Yes,
against
I'm
me?
going to produce the
I knew you were.
And
We
I'm
know
gonna
each
say,
other
put
too
that
well.
in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, I know. Oh dear. Special.
Although I think Nakamura's given up with A6. He's just been going E5 immediately, hasn't he? Just sort of ignoring it. Is that right? He's been playing E5 without A6.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is it's not as stupid as it looks.
G5. Now that is a blitz move and a half.
Oh,
Well,
Blair's going for it.
White's played the terrible move H3. You see, I keep saying you shouldn't make these little pawn moves. He's got a hook.
He's got a hook, hasn't he? Who played H3? Who's white?
It's John Ems.
John Ems. John played H3.
I think. I'm just going to check that now.
Pawn
I'm pretty
takes.
sure it's John Ems.
Is he going to take with a bishop on G4, Dan, or are you taking with
I
a
think
bishop?
very good. I mean, I think Black's just got a really nice position.
Take with a bishop on G4 or
Knight's quite good as well, actually.
the knight? That's
Don't
why I
know.
wasn't sure.
Just it looks really good. I mean, Queen E7, castles queenside, and stick a rook on G8. Okay, he's not can't do it now. Oh, I see. Hang on, B7's on, please.
Queen D7.
It's a fork.
A4.
Yeah.
Okay.
This involves some calculation. So Queen B7, Knight A5. Check. C6, take on A4. I think you can do it. Take on B7. It's a move. After Queen B7, does he want to play Bishop D7?
Oh,
Is that his merry game?
where's
Oh.
John's shot back?
Well, that's a concession.
Wise.
Well, I'm not sure. I think you might have had to plunge in, actually.
Rook
Okay.
G8.
Because I think Black is sort of back on track now.
Okay.
Yeah.
King
Well, I
E7.
think you're going to play Queen B3. You've got to take a pawn, haven't you?
I think so. But now you could play. Took on D4.
E5.
My goodness, that is unbelievably risky.
E5.
E5. Well, all bets are off now.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't need to take on D4. You could. I was going to suggest Queen E7 to F8 to G7.
Or Queen to D7 followed by Bishop F3 and Queen H3 or something.
Also not bad.
Hi, Horsey Chest. Did Keith play all night? I wasn't up all night to see, but when I logged in at 6:30 in the morning, he was still playing. So I imagine he maybe did.
Bishop A3.
No, I don't like Bishop A3. I thought the Bishop was better placed going to H6 somehow.
Yeah, I mean, there's a Bishop D4 which attacks most of White's major pieces if that pawn is taken. So what, Knight F1?
Knight F1 looks logical. Knight E4. Bishop D4, Queen D4. Oh, this is complicated, isn't it?
I think I might plump for Queen D4. I want to bring my Queen's Rook into the game, and Queen D4 just does hit quite a few pieces.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
I think Queen D4 is the move, Jules.
Knight F6.
Well,
then you're going to play King F6.
Well, at worst case, you could. No, I was going to say Queen 6 Rook, but then Knight G4. So yes, probably King F6.
And then Rook AE1.
Rook AE1. Can I play Bishop H3 in that position? Can I get away with that?
Oh God!
Oh,
it's a bit. Oh dear.
Because that pin on the because G3 isn't possible.
Yeah.
So it might. I'm kind of crossing my fingers when I do that.
Well, I have a Bishop E7 check.
Was that a big move? Anyway, King H8 plays.
Yeah, probably good. Yeah,
oh!
Bishop E7.
Oh dear. Is that a bit unfortunate?
I think. Yes.
That was very unfortunate.
But we didn't like taking on D4, did we, Dan?
No. So is this justice? Is that what we're saying?
Yes. Queen takes probably. It's just simple. Queen takes E4.
Queen E4. Oh, because there was Bishop F6 if the Queen moved. Oh no, he wants his booty.
Bishop F2, I suppose. Just
Knight F2 maybe.
Bishop F6.
Bishop F6. Yes, Bishop F6. Yes, take you on D4. Not a good idea.
So King H1.
King H1.
Okay, King F1. Maybe that's better.
It'll do. Yeah. Knight is on prise in the middle.
A queen is a queen is a queen. Is a queen. Yeah, this is pretty terminal.
All right, so both
take with a rook on E4.
Keith and Dave Hayden have played 219 games each.
Yeah.
And still 4 hours to go.
Wow. Yeah. And what's and
let's just quickly check. So actually Dave Hayden's 100 points up.
Hang on, they've played to how many points do you get for a win?
It depends because
really?
Yeah, because if you're on a streak, you get more points. So if you get a lot of wins in a row, you get more, which Dave did.
Okay, this is what's confusing me.
Yes, but I don't know exactly how it works. But yeah, if you get a
I think that's how they do it in arena chess, isn't it?
Yeah,
is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. then I'm
And
completely.
can people also berserk as well, Natasha?
Not on this one.
There's no berserking.
No berserking.
Okay. Do you want to explain berserking?
Well, I think if you're playing 5 minutes, if you decide you're going to play with 2.5 minutes, play with half the time.
Well, both
Half
of you.
the time, but you get an extra.
No, just you. So
I see.
if I was playing you, Dan, I was thinking, well, you can't play blitz chess, so I'll just give myself 2.5 minutes, more than enough.
It's
And
worth it just for the trolling.
Well, exactly. And if I beat you, then I get more points. I get more points for a win.
But if I beat you,
you don't get anything more.
Oh, then you've just got to go for it.
Yeah.
Well, I know Simon Williams, Gingy GM. He's a great one for berserking. He'll berserk anyone.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And Ali Reza, he's a berserker.
Is he?
He'll berserk. Yeah, he likes to berserk.
Alrighty, we're coming up to 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna finish off the stream.
Okay, who's on next? Natasha, thanks for sticking around. I'm sorry we're so clueless technically.
No,
okay,
you've done
so
great.
Dan,
Fabulous.
I'll see you tomorrow. 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Where?
1:30. 2. Well, I'll speak to Joe.
Yeah, speak to Joe. Is Joe around?
Yeah, he's around. He's up for it.
That'd be nice. Natasha, final offer. If you fancy joining us for a bike ride in Richmond Park.
It sounds really lovely, but I am working. I have to even catch up on work because I didn't work very well on.
What do you do, Natasha? What work do you do?
I'm an actuary. I work for Aon.
Tell them you're working from home.
Yeah.
I actually know what an actuary is.
Oh, stop, you guys, because I'm actually really tempted.
No, it'd be great. You could listen. You can have a meeting.
I'll work on this plan. Yes.
You have your phone on the bike.
Yeah.
And just blur the background.
Natasha, do you live in sort of West London-y area? Are you in that?
Yeah, I live really near. I live Epsom.
Epsom's just down the road.
It's just down the road. Richmond Park is just down the road. Perfect.
And Natasha, my dad went to school in Epsom.
Did he?
He did. Yeah. I think he went. Is it Epsom College? Is that the name of the school?
That's there. Yes.
That's where he went.
Oh, nice.
Because that's where all the doctors would send their sons to.
Yeah. Well, it's the derby there this weekend.
And he was there. Okay. Well, it's been emotional.
Lovely. Okay. Thank you all very much.
I'll see you tomorrow, Dad.
Yes.
Yes, I'll see you tomorrow, Jules. Natasha, thanks very much for organising this. You've done a brilliant job.
Oh, thank you.
No, it's all brilliant. So yeah, who's on next?
Next is Rich Pert and Matthew Wadsworth.
Fantastic.
We've got some
I'm going to actually end this stream and start a new stream, and I'm going to end this with a.
Dan, time for the aging GMs to depart the scene.
It's long overdue.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to see you.
Okay, Natasha.
See you. All right.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow, George.
Over the past year, the sound of air raid sirens have become part of daily life for people affected by the Russia-Ukraine armed conflict. Hospitals and other critical infrastructure have been damaged or destroyed. As frontline shifts, more civilians are subjected to the horrors of violence, with lives lost and families torn apart, and millions have been forced to flee. We work in hard-to-reach places to support people facing the direct effects of the armed conflict. Beyond Ukraine's borders, our volunteers are helping people rebuild their lives and families reconnect with missing loved ones. The Red Cross is present across Ukraine and in many communities that have welcomed refugees. We have provided medical support to thousands of people, including medical equipment, drugs, and training for staff. We've helped people reach medical facilities in safer places and delivered mental health support inside and outside Ukraine. From rebuilding schools and helping people injured by mines, to cash support, first aid and shelter, our help has reached those who need it most, whoever and wherever they are. This was all possible due to the dedication of our teams and partners of the Red Cross and Red Crescent movement. There is still so much to do, and we will continue to work around the clock until long after the last air raid siren falls silent.